What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another tier list, another video game related one, where we're going to be going over every single boss in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, because I just recently beat it. There's about roughly like 50 bosses in the game. I made my own tier list because I could not find one that actually had every single boss. I either had the main story bosses or some extra ones. I went through and got images of every single boss, roughly every single boss, all the bounty hunter, legendary, and story bosses. I know for a fact I have all of them. There's just a few optional bosses that I didn't get. They kind of like found out throughout the world that I didn't even beat in the game, so I don't really care to even rate them to begin with. But I did every single boss for the most part, other than those few optional ones that you find throughout the world that I'm not sure if anyone has beaten all of them. But I got the main ones, so like I said, I made this tier list myself. We have 7 tiers going from the easiest to the hardest. We're doing this based off difficulty alone and not based off of what I felt about the fight aesthetically and everything. This is just purely based off difficulty and nothing else. Like I said, there's about 40, I know there's over 40 bosses in here, close to like 40, I think 50. I think we're just like 48 bosses in total. So going through all the bounty hunter bosses, legendary bosses, and story bosses. So, and like I said, if you want to use this tier list for yourself, here's the title of it. And yes, I have 49 images. Just made this a few minutes ago. Didn't really take me that long. It took me about 30 minutes, but enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get into the tier list, guys. Starting with I guess we'll go by the story bosses. I know it's in really in order about how they came out, but the first boss you fight is the ninth sister, and she was pretty average. Well, I'd say she was even easy. She's honestly pretty easy. I mean, she wasn't nearly as powerful as she was in the last game. Well, Cal was more powerful. I think they scaled it to that, but she was not nearly as much of a challenge as she was in the last game, especially later in the last game. Okay, this is not in order. We got Ravis, which out of all the story bosses, he gave me a bit of trouble, but he wasn't really someone who was extremely hard for me. He was very slow with his attacks, super easy to parry, super easy to dodge, and until he got to the second phase, the only thing that was hard about him was that he fully regened his health when he went to the second phase, and the second phase was a bit quicker and had a lot more punishing combos if you got hit at the beginning of them. But to be honest, he only took me like, I don't know, 7 or 8 attempts, while some of these bosses took me a lot longer to beat. For the story bosses, he was definitely one of the harder ones, but overall, I'd say he's just above average, to be honest. Next up, we have the technician guy. Yeah, he's just a normal enemy. He's just a normal trooper that was a gag in the later part of the game where you're going to the observatory of Kobo. Literally just a normal scout trooper. I don't know what you expected me to put any higher than that. I'm pretty sure this guy is the Pride of Ravis or whatever heck his name is. He's like one of those big sledgehammer guys that actually fucked me up like that. I thought the normal enemies were harder than this guy because sometimes they throw two at you, and that is a little harder than this boss fight. So I'm gonna put him like average, to be honest. If there was like two, if he had like three of them, like there was him and then those two normal ones, then that would be like fucking probably up here. But since it was just him, he was just a normal, it was just a reskinned and normal enemy with a higher health pool. So yeah, he wasn't someone who was super difficult, in my opinion. All right, now we have the third encounter of Dagangara. He was definitely up there in difficulty. I don't think he was the hardest Dagangara fight. As a matter of fact, this one right here, I'd say is the harder one. I struggle a lot more where you go the free Z from Dagangara than Dagangara at the end when you have Bode to kind of help you, even though he only helps you for like one phase of the fight. This guy took me like maybe 3 or 4 attempts, while this guy took me like probably 40 to 50 attempts, which is crazy. I actually got my ass ate by that guy, like legit. I'm gonna still say he's very hard because he does have some tough combos, but he doesn't really bring much more to the table than his previous version did. Honestly, nah, I'm gonna put him in above average. I'm gonna put him like just above Ravis in terms of difficulty, if I'm being honest. I believe this one is Bode's first encounter, the one where you're scripted to lose. I'd say he, even though you're meant to lose that fight, I'm gonna put him in above average because I got absolutely hornswoggled by him during that fight. Next up, we have Darth Vader. Honestly, the biggest difficulty for Darth Vader in this game is because you're using Seer, and though Seer's parry timing is absolutely crazy, like it's like you're playing on fucking easy mode. Oh, by the way, this was me playing on the hardest difficulty. Just want to make that clear if you didn't watch my playthrough of the game. But the thing with Darth Vader, you use Seer, and she has like what, like 4 heals that are pretty good, but like you don't have a lot of health. And Darth Vader on Grandmaster difficulty damn near one shots you. I think there are attacks that actually do one shot you, but even as like normal attacks that are like halfway through his combo, they damn near one shot you too. So like you're using like 2 heals. So and you have like maybe 6 of them. But overall, his first and second phase is easy because his combos are not very long and are very slow. It's just the third phase where if you get hit at all in the first and second phase, dude, you kind of like screwed for the third phase because at least with me, I made mistakes and that fucked me up. I think I have a duplicate right here, unfortunately. I'll have to edit that if I can. I don't know if I can edit that. I can. But yeah, we're going to put Darth Vader in. We're actually going to put him in very hard. I did think it was more difficult than these three. Then we have Bode's second encounter, which really took me 2 attempts. I'll still put him in above average because he does have some difficult combos, but to be honest, by that point in the game where you're like fucking damn near at your max strength, like he honestly wasn't that bad at all. We have Rancor, the Rancor, whichever there's like 2 fights. There's one, they're both on Kobo, and one is at the very beginning of the game in that cave, that prospector's cave, and there's another one later in the game where you go underneath that shack and there's that multiple gank fight of lightsaber duels, which I don't think is even on here. I don't think I actually got that boss, but there's 2 of them. I'm just gonna average them together. They're both fucking hard. I mean, actually, I'm gonna put an extremely hard difficulty because the first Rancor fight fucked me up so bad because he would do the stomp. Oh, first of all, I was fucking like, it was just when I got the Kobe. I literally went that mine was the first thing I did, and the stomps literally one shot me, and there's no way to block it or parry it, and there's no way to avoid it. You don't get a red outline. It doesn't say it's unblockable, but it is, and it takes up such space. Like if he starts the attack and you don't have the dump dash attack, you're just getting hit by it and you're dying every time. It's honestly a miracle that I was even able to beat that motherfucker that early in the game. Other than that, his attacks are super easy to parry and shit, but like the stomps are just absolutely ridiculous. Like if you do not have the jump dash thing, you're just gonna die. Like that's literally it. And I guess we'll go into the double Rancor fight. I'll also put in extremely hard, but a tier lower because honestly, it took me like maybe 20 something attempts where I feel like these 2 guys combined took me more. But the double Rancor fight is definitely difficult because of how long their attacks like they can literally attack through each other and hit you. The grab though is really easy. The saving grace about the Rancor fight is that their grab attacks are super easy to dodge and super easy to punish. Like you just get a free like full combo, like 3-4 hits off on the double Rancor fight because if they go for a grab, the other one can't get to you usually. Definitely the easier of the double ones. I'll get into the harder one later. Spoiler alert. But yeah, double Rancor fight, in my opinion, is not even the hardest boss fight in the game. It's up there though. It's definitely one of the more difficult ones. Next up, we have the spawn of I think it's Ogdo Bogdo or Spawn of Bogdo or whatever. Definitely up there as one of the hardest bosses in the game. It's an enemy type that even in the last game I struggled with so bad, and then we just get into the fact that it can literally one-shot you when I faced it. Like any one of its attacks could literally one-shot me. I had to come back to this boss like 2 more times because when I first went to it, I literally could not beat it. I couldn't even get to 50% HP to phase 2 and shit. Like, and in my second attempt, I still couldn't do it. It wasn't until I unlocked like the jump dash and the blaster saber combo that I was actually able to beat this thing because just for one, you're in a confined little room and you fucking this thing has the ability to make its entire body a hitbox on its charge attack. It spams unblockables, but it has that charge attack that like you could literally jump over it, be 3 feet above it, and still get hit by it. Absolutely insane. Its grab can literally reach across the fucking map as well. Like it's absolutely crazy, bro. Just how fucking ridiculous this thing's attacks are. Like, and its normal attacks, even them, they come out like fucking fast as fuck. So it takes a while to even learn those. It's just crazy. Next up, we have B2D2 or whatever the fuck. This random super battle droid. Yeah, this motherfucker is very easy. It's just a normal super battle droid with a bit more health. Nothing special about it, to be honest. Just shoot rockets at you, and I think it shoots 2 rockets at you at once. That's like a big like change with a normal one, and it's just like you all you gotta do is charge your force push, and it gets fucking blown the fuck up. So next up, we have like this Bedlam Raider with the two-handed spear thing with a fucking boss bar. Also very easy. Though it is harder than the fucking super battle droid thing. Not really much to say there. It's just a fucking easy fight. Next up, we have like the Golden Screedon or whatever the fuck they're called. The little fucking crab thing. I actually had an easier time with the golden version of it than it's like a easier version that's in the story because I was just way higher level. So yeah, we're just gonna put that thing in easy too. Next up, we have the weird ass named Super Battle Droid, or not Super Battle Droid, fucking Droidica that comes in. I think it's like you have to unlock the ability to go through the shields, and it's like behind there. It's just the hardest part about it is that it spams B1s at you with like the melee. I think it had blaster ones too, but like the melee B1 battle droids, and that shit is still fucking easy to be honest. It's like almost like a normal Droidica, honestly. She was fucking very easy. Probably put it like right here. No, actually, I'll even have it easier than that motherfucker. I don't remember this one to be honest. We have the Mire Terror, which has like one of my more difficult bosses. Honestly, think it was the boss I died to the second most in the game. I didn't unlock the ability. I didn't use confusion at all like that. I didn't even put points into that tree at all until like later in the game. So I didn't have the ability to brainwash the other one to make it fight fight each other and just like get my hits in and shit. Like, no, I didn't even use that. So I just fought them both at the same time, and that shit was fucking hard because this thing could literally one shot you. This thing could literally fucking one shot you, and their grabs were always a struggle for me to dodge. I still, even by the end of the game, could not consistently dodge its grab attacks, like the whatever these things are called. Fucked me up. I still know what the fuck this is. It's not the Yotaz, because the Yotaz right here. I think it's like the Alpha, whatever the fuck. I think it killed me like once. We're gonna put in like average tier. Next up, we have not the Mastiff, but the reprogrammed. Or is it the Mastiff? Hold on. No, because the Mastiff's right here. I think this is the No, this is the Mastiff. This is the reprogrammed one. The Mastiff. I mean, it was fucking pretty easy to be honest. All the droid bosses were pretty fucking easy. It's just a reskinned enemy. Nothing special about it. It was reskinned. And by the time I fought it, which was like towards the end of the game, the hardest part about it was finding it in the fucking Lucrehulk, because the fucking Lucrehulk was confusing as fuck to explore. But to be honest, it's just not a reskinned uh, Magna droids, but with more health. Is this the one that like wants to roll over and shit? No, that's this one. Is this like I think this is the Monarch or whatever, the Matriarch. I don't fucking know what it's called. That one's pretty easy. I didn't really struggle with this guy at all. Same with this guy. I didn't really struggle with them until they spammed like 3 of them in a fucking force tear or yeah, force tear. They're pretty easy. Yeah, this is the copy I was talking about. I forgot. Here we got the droid purge droid reskin that's on Coruscant that I fought at the end of the game. Yeah, fucking easy as well. Probably harder than all these, but still fucking easy because it's like dueling the thing. It does that spin thing where it spins its fucking wrist with the staff, and that if you get stuck in that, you're just taking the full damage. Like shit's crazy. This is the Frenzy Yotaz. Yeah, I didn't have a struggle with it. I did not struggle with this boss nearly as much as I did in the previous game, to be honest. This guy fucked me up in the previous in Fallen Order when you're on that one planet, when you go inside the Venator Star Destroyer. This is Daganger's first fight. Definitely above average. Below him, probably like right there at the bottom of above average. He was pretty tricky because he's like your first like saber combat, I think, in the game, and it was pretty tricky, ain't gonna lie. Are these two right here, I believe? I don't know, it might be this one, but it's like the half and the other half. I'm assuming I'm gonna make these that. Okay. These two fucked me up. This was like the most like generic, or this was the hardest like generic bounty hunter boss in the game by far. Like these motherfuckers actually fucked me up because you'd have the dual wielding like the gunslinger bounty hunter, which could literally like shoot nonstop, and you literally will get stunned out of your heels every time. And you have this motherfucking droid just absolutely hauling ass towards you, chasing you. And the only way I was able to beat it was because I killed the gunslinger first. Even though she has like insane iframes, you can't force push her or pull her really at all unless she's in the mid roll, which I never did time it right. Well, this motherfucker is chasing you, and this motherfucker has iframes. Like it'll just you can melee twice during a roll, and you won't hit her because she is invincible at that point. While not being able to fucking heal because the second she fucking shoots at you, you're fucking getting stunned out of it, and then she has a charged blaster bolt that I can never fucking dodge. It was just fucking terrible. And it was such a small confined space too. But once I killed her, it was fucking easy because all I had to do with one it was a 1-on-1 and it was fucking easy. Okay, this is the guy. I'm gonna say this is the guy who you have to go through the entirety of like Jedda's bridge section and fight countless fucking bounty hunters to get to him. This guy was actually pretty hard. I won't say it was very hard, but he was definitely the top of above average because you have to fight so many bounty hunters on the way there of every type. Like you have to fight instead of droids. I don't think there was any of the droid ones, but you have to fight the gunslingers, the jetpack ones, the fucking. That's pretty much it. And the shield ones, You have to fight the shield ones, the fucking the gunslinger ones, and the jetpack ones. And sometimes you'd have to fight them all at once, and it was just absolutely fucking atrocious. But the guy himself wasn't that bad at all. But getting up to him was kind of annoying. Next up, we have Cage, which was actually the very last boss in the game I fought, and she took me like 2 attempts, which is actually kind of impressive considering that how late I was in the game. I was really like completely finished the game. I got all the stem upgrades. I pretty much had all the abilities up unlocked that I wanted. Like I had both my saber stances maxed out and shit. Like, and she killed me once. She actually like fucked me up. But then pretty much the whole thing is just like you just gotta like get up in her grill, and when she tries to do something, charge pistol. I always use the fucking pistol saber combo on my playthrough. I put her above average though. Not as hard as Ravis. I'd put her like between Ravis and Bode, to be honest. She gave me a bit of trouble. Like I said, she has like that dual wielding blasters, and I don't know why the fuck the blaster pistols do just as much damage and just as much stun as the fucking rifles do, bro. And that shit don't make sense to me. All right, here we just gotta have like all the generic bounty hunter types, and I'm just gonna put them all in very easy. A lot of them were forgettable. Pretty much all of them took like one attempt to do, so they were all easy. They were all very easy. All right. Damn. I think the rest is just the story bosses and the double Bogdo fights. So then we have the Screeton, which when I first fought this thing, I had no idea how to fight it. I would just keep attacking its shell, and then it would immediately attack me. And I think it killed me like 4 or 5 times. This guy honestly was kind of tricky for me. I'm not gonna lie. I still to this day, with the setup I had, like not having blaster and sword combo, I still don't know how to really beat it, like without taking damage. I think you're supposed to dodge his attack and then attack, but I wasn't very good at it. Although at the ATST, yeah, they're like kind of like this is like the definition of like middle of the fucking road, easy or yeah tier. That's like get away from me grenade drops that are pretty annoying, and then they shoot multiple rockets this time, which was really fucked me up because I couldn't figure out what ability allowed you to send multiple rockets back at once. I kept trying to do one and getting hit by the other one, and I'd die. I was like dumb and slow, but being able to charge it and throw it, and once I figured that was the strat, it was fucking easy. So, all right, we have the reprogrammed Magna Droid. I mean, kind of the same deal as the Mastiff, just even easier than the Mastiff, to be honest. This guy is one of the, I think, is this the guy with the cross guard? They found on the moon of Kobo. I guess it really don't matter because these guys are still pretty easy. They're like bounty hunter level. Easy. Both these guys are fucking easy. And then we got the security droid, or no, we got Dagan Gera on the Lucre Hulk core when you're trying to free Z. Definitely the hardest version of the fight, and the story boss I struggled with the most. Straight up. Dagan Gera #2, your second counter when you're freeing Z inside the Lucre Hulk, was the hardest story boss for me. Harder than Darth Vader, harder than fucking Dagan Gera, harder than Bode at the end. Like, this guy by far, like, I died to him like 20 some attempts, 20, 30 some attempts. He fucked me up. I just wasn't expecting, like, at that point, you don't have any, you never fight anything that has that quick of combos. They had like instantly parry, and it's just like, he was all over the place. He was mixing it in unblockables into his combos and shit. It was just, it was terrible. Then we have this like security droid boss, I guess. Kind of a fucking joke. I mean, not as hard, not as easy as the technician guy because you can literally one shot him, but definitely down there as well. And then finally, the hardest boss in the game. I'm sure if you fought this boss as well, you knew this was going to go there. The double Bogdo fight is by far not even a competition. The hardest boss in the game. Like, it is actually not even fucking close. Just based off the difficulty, dude. This thing took me like 120 some attempts to beat, bro. Cause like you get an enemy that can literally make its entire body a hitbox and launch itself halfway across the arena with another one that had, and also having the ability to launch their tongue into a grab that instantly kills you. And if you stun them out of it, it fucks your camera up for the whole fight. You put two of them into a tiny ass arena where you don't have the ability to regen your shit because it doesn't have the uh they don't have the like little force things that you can, like, you hit something and you get your fucking shit back. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have that in the force tear. So you're just kind of like, you're just kind of fucked. I mean, you're just kind of fucked in my opinion. Uh, you kind of have to have blaster saber combo so you can stun them out of their grabs. Because if you are remotely in the same vicinity as these motherfuckers when they go for their tongue grabs, dude, you're getting hit by it. Like, the aimbot is just gonna snap right to you, and if you're not jumping or you're middle of your land or whatever the fuck, you're just gonna die. It is just GG's unless you have the blaster pistol fully charged. It's really like that fucking ridiculous, man. By far the hardest boss in the game, bar none. Like, this could honestly be a tier above, like, just the double Bogdo fight. Harder than double Rancor, harder than this, harder than that. Like, this shit's all fucking, like, not even close. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Go ahead if you want to use my tier list. This is the title of it. I don't know where. I guess I can share it in the description of the video. I'll copy a link in the description of the video if you want to use this tier list. Like I said, from what I've seen, is literally like the best tier list out of any of them I've seen on Tier Maker. I like went for like 10 minutes scrolling through all the Star Wars Jedi Survivor boss tier lists, and there was none of them that had this many bosses. It usually just had the story bosses and some other ones, some legendary bosses. This is every boss in the game, with a few exceptions like the optional ones and stuff. But this has all the bounty hunter bosses, all the legendary bosses, and the two realm terror bosses. So yeah. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think this is a pretty good list, or do you think that I fucked up somewhere? Let me know, and I will see you guys in another one. Peace.